வாகை சூடவா.
அனைவருக்கும் வணக்கம். கல்வி தொலைக்காட்சியின் வாகை சூடவா நிகழ்ச்சியில் நீட் ஃபிசிக்ஸ் ஆல்டர்னேட்டிங் கரண்ட் டாபிக் இன்னைக்கு நம்ம பார்க்க போகிறோம். ஸோ த டுடேஸ் டாபிக் இஸ் ஆல்டர்னேட்டிங் கரண்ட் which has the weightage of 2 questions, maximum of 2 questions in competitive examination like NEET and 1 question in JEE. So first, what is an alternating current? So by the name itself we have that alternating, that is something changing with respect to time. Here the amplitude of the current changes with respect to time. Now the topics we are going to discuss today is the alternating current, the main topic, and alternating EMF, their average value or mean value, then the RMS value, the effective value, and the circuits, AC circuit with resistor, AC circuit with inductor, AC circuit with capacitor, and then all together series LCR circuit, then their power relations and wattless current and transformer. So now let us see how the AC is generated. That we had discussed in the last topic, electromagnetic induction, that the alternating current is generated and it is alternately varying. So according to time it is varying. So the amplitude of the current varies with respect to time. So that we had seen that from the AC generator, the EMF generated is NBA omega sin omega t. So that NBA omega is, that is the maximum amplitude. So that is called as the peak value, and the alternating current is represented as E is equal to E naught sin omega t. So the alternating EMF is the periodically varying EMF. Similarly, the alternating current is periodically varying current. So it is represented as E is equal to E naught sin omega t, and current is represented as I is equal to I naught sin omega t. So here we can also represent it as a cos also, cos function also. How? If at time equal to 0, that is the initial point, the amplitude is maximum, means we can consider this as a cos wave. At initial value the amplitude is 0, means it can be considered as a sine value. Both are similar while doing the mathematical calculations. And the notations, E naught is the peak value, similarly I naught is the peak value, omega is the angular frequency, and t is the time at that instant. So first the symbols used. So symbols, it can be used for current small I, capital I, etc. And for the maximum current peak value, I naught or Im or bold letter I are the notations, and the unit for that is ampere. So it can also be represented as 1 by 1000, that is milliampere, or 10 power minus 3 ampere, and 1 by 10 lakh, that is 10 power minus 6 ampere or microampere. And similarly for voltage, alternating voltage, alternating EMF, E, V, small e, curl e, etc. will be used. And for the maximum value, E naught, Em, bold V, V naught, it is used, and it is expressed in the unit of volt, also millivolt, 10 power minus 3 volt, or 10 power minus 6 microvolt. So here the general notations are given, and also they will use some other notations in the problems. If they use some other notation, means they will specify that. Suppose they are using some alternative epsilon for EMF, means they will give that epsilon is the EMF, like that. And omega is equal to 2 pi f. Here f is the frequency and omega is the angular frequency. You have to understand that angular frequency is omega, its unit is radian per second, and frequency is the hertz, unit is hertz. So frequency is represented as f or nu, and in time t, that is instant time, t is instant time, and capital T is the time period. So now dealing with the waves, we are going to remember the topics, that is a +1 topic, waves and motion, wave motion, waves and oscillation. A wave is a periodically varying thing, the amplitude is varying with respect to that. If it is a harmonic, means it is a function of sine or cos. So the minimum distance, that is displacement of the wave, is called as wavelength, and the number of waves produced per second is called frequency. So frequency means number of waves produced per second. Here it is represented as cycles. For one cycle, one complete cycle or one complete revolution, the time taken is considered as a time period. So time period is the time taken for one complete oscillation, but instant time is at the particular time we are going to study, and frequency is the number of waves produced per second. So the symbols are given on the table. So for frequency the unit is hertz, for angular frequency it is radian per second, So angular frequency equal to 2 pi into frequency, that is 2 pi f or 2 pi nu, and also represented as 2 pi by t, where capital T is the time period. Okay. Now remember children, for NEET examinations, it is different from the board examination. The difference between board examination and NEET examination is, in board exam we are going to derive, you have to study in detail and you have to memorize, study in the detail. But for NEET examination, you have to memorize the last result, the formula, concept, and you have to understand the concept, and you have to remember the formula, and you have to analyze the formula. So what is given in the particular situation, in the problem, you have to analyze the problem, okay, by using the formulas. So now it is clear that what are the quantities we are going to discuss in this chapter. It is given in the tabular column, that I and maximum value I naught Im, EV, E naught E, omega, frequency, time and time period. So now we move on to the subject. So first one, the average value of the EMF or average value of the current, that is alternating current. So we cannot take the value, that is a peak value, because it is periodically varying. So we need some other technique to find out the value of the current, and the average current is the charge flowing. So charge flowing by the alternating current. So the average current is given as 0.637 maximum current, or similarly for EMF, the average value of EMF is 0.637 times of maximum EMF, that is E naught. So by this we can understand that the average value of the alternating current is the 63.7% of maximum current. Similarly for EMF, the average value is 63.7% of the maximum, that is I maximum. So next one is root mean to square. This is a statistical technique to measure the periodically varying things. So root mean to square. So root mean to square, the value is I RMS. So I RMS is represented as I naught by root 2, that is maximum current by root 2, and 1 by root 2 is, we know that 0.707. So the I RMS, also known as effective current, is equal to 0.707 I naught. Similarly for EMF, E RMS is equal to E naught by root 2, that is 0.707 E naught. So by this we infer that the RMS value of the current is 70.7% of the maximum value. And what is root mean to square? Root mean square value of EMF is the heat produced by the EMF, that is equivalent to the steady current, that is DC current. Okay. And for board only we have to see that the derivations like that. For competitive exam we should know that, that is the IRMS is equal to I naught by root 2, it is the effective value, also 0.707 I naught. So this should be very clear that is 70.7% of the AC is equivalent to the steady current. So root mean to square value can be applied in over any period, but it is only for one period, not less than one period. Okay. So now the relative values of peak values, So E maximum is equal to E average, that is equal to 0.637 E naught, and E effective, that is E RMS, that is equal to 0.707 E naught. So that is given in the chart. And the tips, the given value of the alternating EMF and current are virtual values unless otherwise specified. And one interesting thing, the AC ammeter and voltmeter measures the RMS value. So RMS value, how they are measuring means, they are measuring by the heat produced by the current. So it is called as hot wires meter. So hot wire meter, so it is information. So hot wire meters means they are AC voltmeter and ammeter. Since the heat energy is proportional to I square, so it will not be a linear scale. So now going to the circuits. So AC circuit with a resistor. So the circuit diagram is given on the board. A resistor is connected to a AC source, E is equal to E naught sin omega t. Then what will be the current? Current will be E by R. So E naught by R sin omega t. That E naught by R is taken as I naught, that is the maximum value, and I naught equal to E naught by R. So R is equal to E naught by I. So EMF and the current are in same phase. What do you know about same phase? Same phase means the maximum and minimum of the current and voltage are at the same time period, at the same time instant. So it is given on the board, the comparison, the wave comparison of the AC circuit with resistor, that is a I and V current. Next one, for a pure inductor. So here the pure inductor is connected with the AC source E is equal to E naught sin omega t, and now the inductance E is equal to L di by dt, that is minus, so it can be denoted. So E is equal to E naught sin omega t is connected to a inductor, and what will be the current? The current is I naught sin omega t minus pi by 2. That means the current lags behind the EMF by phase angle pi by 2. So the phase difference between the current and EMF in AC circuit with a pure inductor is I is equal to I naught sin omega t minus pi by 2. The phase difference is pi by 2. So now next, in the capacitor, AC circuit is a capacitor. A capacitor is connected to a AC source E is equal to E naught sin omega t. Then what happens? E equal to E naught sin omega t. So we know that Q equal to CE. By substituting that, we are getting that I equal to I naught sin omega t plus pi by 2. So here the current leads the EMF by a phase angle pi by 2. That diagram is given on the board. Now we have to discuss one thing. While taking the case of the resistor, a quantity resistance. What do you mean by resistance that we have studied in the current electricity? Resistance means the restriction or the restriction imposed by the material for the current flowing. So the resistance of a resistor. So similar case for capacitor and inductor, it is called as reactance. It is called as reactance. For inductive reactance, XL equal to omega L. For capacitive reactance, XC equal to 1 by omega C. Next, we are going to see the circuit, series LCR circuit. That is inductor of inductance L, resistor of resistor R, and capacitor of capacitance C, all together connected in series with the LCR circuit. AC source E is equal to E naught sin omega t. So that circuit is shown on the here. Since they are connected in series, the current is same everywhere. Current is constant for resistor, inductor and capacitance, but the voltage differs. The voltage differs, and to get a voltage, so the final voltage V is given by square root of VR square plus VL minus VC the whole square. Okay. So the effective voltage V square is equal to VR square plus VL minus VC the whole square, and the collective resistance, that is resistance for resistor and inductive reactance for inductor and capacitive reactance for capacitor. Now for LCR combination, it is said as impedance Z. It is represented as Z. Now we will see that specified quantity resistance, reactance and impedance. What are they? So resistance is the resistance offered by the resistor, and reactance is the resistance offered by the inductor, and reactance, capacitive reactance is the resistance offered by the capacitor. Now for a network containing L and C, it is called impedance. So the combination of resistor, inductor and capacitor all together, it is called impedance. So the impedance Z is given as R square plus XL minus XC the whole square root. So the impedance Z is very important, and what is the unit of resistance is ohm. So similarly for reactance and impedance also the unit is ohm. So it is also represented as ohm. And the power factor that we are going to see, what is the power of the, for AC circuit the power is said as the average power. The average power is equal to E naught I naught by 2 cos phi, or ERMS IRMS cos phi. ERMS IRMS cos phi, and cos phi is called as power factor. Cos phi is called as power factor. Now if cos phi is pi by 2, if cos phi is pi by 2 means cos phi equal to 0. So therefore the power consumed by the inductor is 0, almost 0. That is called wattless current. That is called wattless current. That's why we are using choke coil instead of resistance in the tubelets. We have seen the choke coil. Choke coil is an inductor which offers the resistance and reduce the AC, but the power consumption is very less. So we are replacing the resistance in terms of inductor. Resistance will be heated more and the power loss is more. Okay. Now the LC oscillation. So in the board we are seeing the tank circuit. What is a tank circuit? It is a LC circuit. The inductor L and capacitance C are connected in parallel. If inductance and capacitor are connected in parallel, then the circuit is called tank circuit, since it produces some oscillation. It produces some oscillation. This is very important in the electronics topic. So what happens here? Here the capacitance charges and discharges. Here the capacitance charges and discharges. While charging and while discharging, what happens to that? And what about the electric energy and magnetic energy? Since if current is flowing through a inductor means it produces some magnetic energy. So here the 9 cases are splitted, the time is splitted. For the case 1t by 8, 3t by 8, 5t by 8, 7t by 8, that is odd number of t by 8, we will have that electric energy and magnetic energy are equal. So that we can see, and where the maximum, the electric energy is maximum at t equal to 0 and t is equal to capital T. The damped and undamped oscillation. So the oscillation frequency formula, that is very important, that is 1 by 2 pi square root of LC. Now coming to the transformer. What do you mean by transformer? Transformer is a device which converts low alternating current or high alternating current to low or high. That is, it will convert the low alternating current into high alternating current and high alternating current in low alternating current. So if a transformer converts low alternating current or voltage to high alternating current or voltage means it is called as step up transformer. If the transformer converts high alternating current or voltage to low current or voltage is called step down transformer. So the transformer principle is, it is the phenomenon of induced EMF in the secondary coil due to the change in the current in the primary coil. So transformer consists of two coils, one is primary coil in which we are going to give the input AC, and secondary coil which gives the output. So then the output voltage is obtained from the secondary coil. So it is represented as Vs or Es, and input voltage is given to the primary coil, it is said as Vp or Ep. So Es by Ep is equal to Ns by Np, that is called as transformer ratio. That determines the transformer is a step up or step down transformer. And in converse, Ip by Is equal to Ns by N. And if the power, so the transformer converts current or voltage, but the power remains the same. The transformer will not convert the power, increase or decrease. So the power variation or power dissipation is called the efficiency. What do you mean by efficiency? Efficiency is the efficiency is a quantity which is derived as output by input. Okay, output by input. So here the output power is Es Ip and input power is Ep Ip. So the output power is Es Is and input power is Ep Ip. The ratio between the output power and input power is the efficiency. What do you mean by efficiency? Efficiency is the measure of the work done. So how it can be, for a simple example, if teacher gives you a 10 problem, if you solve all the 10 problems, you are efficient student. So if you solve 9 means 90%, like that. So efficiency is represented as eta is equal to output power by input power, and eta is equal to Es Is by Ep Ip. That is a very important formula. Now the energy losses in the transformer. So there are 4 losses. One is copper loss, flux loss, eddy current loss, hysteresis loss, that is iron loss coming together, and loss in the vibration of the core. So copper loss is due to the heating, and eddy current loss due to the production of eddy current, and hysteresis loss can be minimized by having a suitable material to reduce the hysteresis loss, and losses due to the vibration. So the transformer mounting is very important. If the mounting is something properly mounted means it will have some sound, and due to that vibration there will be a loss. So we are coming to the problem. Now we are going to recall the information what all we now discussed. So first, that alternating current or alternating EMF, it is represented as, the alternating current is represented as I is equal to I naught sin omega t. Here you have to know about I naught is the peak value, and omega is the angular frequency, t is the instant time. And the average value of an AC, the average current is given as 0.637 of the maximum value. Similarly for the current also, for EMF also. The RMS value of a current is given by I maximum by root 2 or 0.707 I maximum. For EMF 0.707 E maximum, that is the RMS value. Now for an inductor, the current lags behind the voltage. The current leads the voltage. So for combination of LCR circuit, V is given by square root of VR square plus VL minus VC the whole square, and impedance Z is equal to square root of R square plus XL minus XC the whole square. So now we are going to solve the problem. The main thing is to achieve this kind of competitive examination, first we have to have the attitude that I can solve any problem. We should not search this problem will come, this problem will come. So we should not search. So the question, we should not expect the question. We have to answer for any question. For that we have to be clear with the concept and formula. So formula can be memorized by doing the problems. We have to do the lot of problem. Okay, the practice make the man perfect, like that. So we have to do the lot of problems. The first problem we are going to discuss today is, the first one is calculate the time from 0 for an alternating current. Calculate the time from 0 of an alternating current I is equal to I naught sin 314t to attain half of its maximum value. So here to solve a problem, first we need to read the problem and we have to extract the given. What are the things given? Here only the value of current is given, that is I is equal to I naught sin 314t. So by which we have to get the information. So I naught is the maximum current and 314 is the omega. So while comparing with I is equal to I naught sin omega t, here 314 is the omega, and what is asked, they are asking the time. So they are asking the time at which the current is half of the value of the maximum value, that's I naught by 2. So we are considered that I is equal to I naught by 2. And now what is the value of sin 314t? What is the value of sin 314t? That is 0.5. So that is that value is pi by 6. So in radian is pi by 6. And t can be written as pi by 6 into 314, that is equal to 1 by 600, and the value is 0.167 millisecond. So the option is A. So next question, an inductor of inductance 20 millihenry, an inductor of inductance 20 millihenry and a capacitor 50 microfarad and a resistor of 40 ohm are connected in series across a AC source V is equal to 10 sin 340t. The power loss in AC circuit is. So first thing given is the value of the inductor, that is 20 millihenry, the value of the capacitor 50 microfarad and the value of the resistor 40 ohm and the value of the EMF source V is equal to 10 sin 340. By this we can extract that the peak value of V is 10 and the omega value is 340. So they are asking the power loss. So to find the power, the formula is I RMS V RMS into cos phi. So the formula for cos phi is R by Z, that is resistance by impedance. So we need to find the impedance. To get the impedance, we need to find the XC, that is reactance, and XL, the inductive reactance, by which, so XC equal to 1 by omega C, here 1 by omega is 340 and frequency is, capacitance 50 into 10 power minus 6, we are getting that 58.82 ohm. And similarly XL is equal to omega L, omega is equal to 340, 340 into 40 is 6.8, and then Z is equal to R square plus XC minus XL minus XC the whole square. So we are getting that value of Z is equal to 65.62 ohm. The peak current in the in the circuit is I naught equal to V naught by Z, that is 10 by 65.62 ampere. So cos phi equal to R by Z, that is 40 by 65.62. The power loss is 0.46 watt. 0.46 watt. See the option, there is no result for 0.46. So we have to find the nearest value. The nearest value for 0.46 watt is 0.51 watt. That is option C. Quite simple problem. It seems to be complicated. We have to know the formula for the impedance, reactance, that is inductive reactance and capacitive reactance, and the power factor cos phi equal to R by Z. And we know that I naught is equal to V naught by Z. By that we can substitute in the formula, power formula, that is V RMS I RMS cos phi or V naught I naught by 2 cos phi. So the value is 0.4. Now the next question. A capacitor has capacity C and reactance X. If the capacitance and frequency become doubled, then the reactance will be option A 4x, option B x by 2, option C x by 4, option D 2x. So we know that if the capacitance is doubled, since the reactance Xc is equal to 1 by omega C, so it is inversely proportional to the capacitance. If capacitance is increased, what happens to the reactance? Reactance will decrease. So the reactance will decrease. So the option will be B or C. Okay. So by calculating that, Xc is proportional to 1 by Fc. By calculating that, it is given by 1 by 4. So Xc is, the new Xc is x by 4, the option C. Children, first by discussing the problem, we have to see the next level of the problem. We have to modify the problem. The same case, if it is asked in the inductance, what will be the result? Inductance the reactance, inductive reactance is equal to omega L. So inductive reactance is directly proportional to the inductance. So if inductance increases means the reactance, inductive reactance will also increase. So we have to go to the another step. We have to modify the problem. We have to change the given to the asked one. So by analyzing a single problem in many ways, you can be very effective, very efficient. Next question. An AC source of an angular frequency omega, AC source of angular frequency omega is fed across a resistor or and a capacitor C, is fed across a resistor or and a capacitor C. First we have to extract the given. First R, that is resistance, capacitance and angular frequency is given. The current registered is I. If now the frequency of the source is changed to omega by 3 but maintaining the same voltage, the current in the circuit is found to be halved. The current in the circuit is found to be halved. The ratio of the reactance to the resistance. The original frequency omega is. Very simple problem, it seems to be complicated. Simple problem only. They are asking the ratio between the reactance and the resistance. So we have to find the reactance, that is capacitive reactance. That is Xc. The Xc formula is 1 by omega C, we know that. And the resistance R. So we need to divide these two. On the first case, the angular frequency is omega. For second case, angular frequency omega by 3, but the current remains the same. So we see the solution. A is equal to root 3 by 5. B, option B is equal to root 2 by 5. Option C is root of 1 by 5. And option D is root of 4 by 5. So now the formula I maximum equal to V maximum by square root of R square plus 1 by omega C. It is nothing but R square plus Xc the whole square, that's all. Also I RMS by 2 is equal to V RMS by square root of R square plus 1 by omega by 3 C whole square. From both the equation by comparing, we get that square root of 3 by 5. We have to be very careful in the calculation of these kind of things. So you have to check it out. So the option A, that is root 3 by 5. The next question is, a graph is given. The voltage time graph for a triangular wave as a peak value of V0 is shown in the figure. The RMS value of V in time interval from t is equal to 0 to t by 4 is. First, here a triangular wave is given. Here a triangular wave is given and they are asking the RMS value. They are asking the RMS value. Now so far we have discussed about the harmonic waves, that is a sine or cos wave. Now here a triangular wave is given. So what we need to find? So the V can be written as V0 by t by 4 into t. That is that it is asked from 0 to t by 4 at the level of t by 4. So V can be written as 4 V0 by t into small t. So what is V RMS? Is the square root of expectation value of V square. So V square is proportional to t and we are substituting that 4 V0 by t into t. The expectation value is taking the integration on the value. So we get that V0 by root 3. So there V0 by root x is given. In the place of x, here it is 3. So the answer is 3. So that is a technique called cracking. That is a technique called cracking. Cracking means without calculation we can arrive the result. So that is very important in the competitive exam to save time. So that is whenever the triangular wave is given, the RMS value will be V0 by root 3. That we can consider that. Okay, next one. The primary and secondary coil of a transformer. We are going to discuss the transformer problem. The primary and secondary coil of the transformer have 50 and 1500 turns. That is, number of turns of primary is 50 and number of turns of secondary coil is 1500 respectively. If the magnetic flux phi linked with the primary coil is given by phi is equal to phi naught plus 4t, where phi is in the Webers and t is in second and phi naught is a constant, the output voltage across the secondary coil. What will be the output voltage? They are asking that ES, that is secondary voltage, that is output voltage. So the formula is ES by EP or VS by VP is equal to NS by NP. So here we are having that NS, NP and phi. So we don't know the VP. So to find VP, the formula for that one is the EMF is rate of change of flux, that is Vp is equal to d phi by dt. Upon differentiating the phi value, phi naught plus 4t, differentiation of constant is 0, so 4t is 4. So Vp is equal to 4. By substituting that, Vs equal to 1500 by 50 into 4. So we get that 120 volt, that is option A. So you have to modify the question. If the primary voltage is given and secondary voltage is not given, means how can we calculate this? We can rearrange the quantities, we can modify the question. So next question, the resistance in the following circuit is increased at a particular instant. So at a particular instant the resistance is increased. So in a circuit, an inductor is connected with the source through a rheostat. By changing the rheostat, the resistance can be changed. That means at some instant they are changed the resistance. The value of resistance is 10 ohm. They had given that. The current in the circuit will be now. What happened to the current? So this is a logical question. If the resistance increases, what happens to the current? Current decreases. So di by dt will become negative and E will become positive. As E is equal to minus L di by dt, we know that. So the I net will increase. So the I net will be increase. So based on the options, option A is I is equal to 0.5 ampere, B is equal to I is greater than 0.5 ampere, and C is equal to C is I is less than 0.5 ampere, and D I is equal to 0. So here option B is increasing, so answer is option B. This is a logic question. So next one, again a transformer problem. Here the primary winding of a transformer has 100 turns. Here they had given that the number of turns in the primary winding of a transformer, that is 100 turns, and its secondary winding is 200 turns. So NP is equal to 100 and NS is equal to 200 turns. The primary is connected to a AC supply of 120 volt. Therefore the input voltage or primary voltage is 120 volt, that is EP or VP, and the current flowing in it is 10 ampere. The voltage and the current in the secondary are, they are asking the secondary voltage and secondary current, that is output. So here NS is given, NP is given, and that EP is given. So we can easily find the ES. Therefore ES is equal to EP into NS by NP. So ES equal to 240 volt, that is a step up transformer. So the output voltage is 240 volt. We are giving 220 volt, the output is 240 volt, and we have to know the current. So the current IP by IS equal to NS by NP, or IS equal to IP into NP by NS. So IP is given, that is 10 ampere. By calculating this, 10 into 100 by 200 is equal to 5 ampere. So now a graph is given. The current I in the instance is varying with the time according to the plot as shown in the figure. So the current I is varying with time as shown in the diagram, that is a triangle like diagram. Which one of the following is correct? Which one of the following is correct variation for the voltage? So here V is equal to minus L di by dt. If di by dt is positive, that is increasing for time t by 2, and di by dt is negative for next time t by 2. So the voltage will also in the negative direction since di by dt is negative. So the option is D. Though this is on a higher level question, this one is very higher level question. So J. The current in a LR circuit builds up to 3/4 of its steady state value in 4 seconds. So at 4 seconds, the current in the LR circuit is 3/4 of the steady value. That is steady value means the peak value. The time constant of the circuit is, so they are asking the time constant. So that formula, the new formula, we are introducing a new formula, I is equal to I naught 1 minus e power minus t by tau, minus t by tau. T is the time instant and tau is the time constant. We need to find that time constant. So for that the value is given, the current value is 3/4 of the value. So I is equal to 3/4 of I naught. So I is equal to I naught 1 minus e power minus t by tau. So we get that 3/4 of I naught is equal to I naught into 1 minus e power minus 4 by tau. By rearranging, e power minus 4 by tau is equal to 1 by 4, or e power 4 by tau is equal to 4. Therefore 4 by tau is equal to ln, that is natural logarithm of, therefore tau is equal to 2 by ln 2 seconds. 2 by ln 2 seconds, that is option B. Now we are coming to the next problem, that is based on the AC. So now an information that in our household appliances, the household electrical appliances, they are working under the AC domestic supply of something around 240 volt, 200 to 240 volt or 250 volt. It is a varying current, and the frequency of our domestic power supply is 50 hertz, that we have seen in the speedometer experiment. The frequency of the household or domestic connection is 50 hertz. AC frequency is 50 hertz. So 50 cycles per second. So here it is given using an AC voltmeter, the potential difference in the electrical line in a house is read to be 234 volt. Therefore the meter reads 234 volt. We already seen that the AC voltmeter will read the RMS value, that is effective value. So what is RMS value? 234 volt. If the line frequency is known to be 50 cycles per second, So 50 cycles per second, they are asking the equation of the line voltage. It is very simple. By the definition of the EMF, we can say that V is equal to V naught sin omega t. So we need to find the V naught, that is the maximum value, and omega. Omega is the angular frequency. But here the frequency is given. Here 50 cycles per second, that is 50 hertz is the frequency of the AC. So first, to get the peak value, so Vrms is equal to V naught by root 2. So Vrms is equal to V naught by root 2, V naught equal to Vrms into root 2. By multiplying the root 2, that is value of 1.414 into 234, we are getting 331 volt. So approximately 330 volt we are having in the AC domestic supply. So V naught is equal to root 2 into 234 volt, that is equal to 331 volt, and the omega value, the omega is equal to, what is the formula for omega? 2 pi frequency, 2 pi into frequency, that is 2 pi f or 2 pi nu. So here f is given, so 2 pi into 50, it is 100 pi, so omega is equal to 100 pi. So we can frame the equation, V is equal to 331 sin 100 pi t. So the answer is B. So without calculating or without going more calculation or much calculation, without doing much calculations, we can crack the question. See here the omega value is same for all the options. So all the options has 100 pi t. So no need to calculate the omega. You have to just calculate the peak value. That is enough for time saving. The next one, here some statements are given. We need to find the incorrect statement. So which of the following statements are incorrect? So option A, so that is statement A. If the resonance is less sharp, if the resonance is less sharp, not only is the maximum current less, the circuit is close to resonance for a larger range delta omega of frequencies, and the tuning of the circuit will not be good. So this seems to be very correct. Similarly, for the sharp resonance, this is true. For less sharp, the resonance less in the selectivity of the circuit, that is vice versa. This also seems to be correct by the resonance chart. And option C, if quality factor is large, the Q factor is large, that is R is low or L is large, the circuit is more selective. This is also true. So the option B, D will be the correct answer. So let us see. Below resonance, voltage leads the current, while above it, current leads the voltage. Option D is false, because the reason why the voltage leads the current is because 1 by C omega is greater than L omega, and if the voltage lags, the inductive reactance is greater than the capacitive reactance. So here we also discussed that if XL is equal to XC for resonance, the current and voltage are in phase. If XC is greater than XL, if XC is greater than XL, the voltage leads the current. If XC is less than the XL, the current leads the voltage. So we can have the inference. So this kind of question, we have to read carefully all the statements, and you have to analyze the statement once again. After that only you have to select the option. So here first itself we know that the first one is true and second one is true, third one is true. So automatically the fourth one will be the answer. Okay. A lamp consumes only 50% of peak power. A lamp consumes only 50% of peak power. Here the consumption of a lamp is given 50% of peak power. In a AC circuit, what is the phase difference between the applied voltage and the circuit current? What is the phase difference between the applied voltage and circuit current? So option A is pi by 6, option B is pi by 3, option C is pi by 4, and option D is pi by 2. So what is value of power? Power is equal to 1 by 2 into V maximum into I maximum cos phi, that is V naught I naught cos phi. So V naught I naught is the P peak. So P is equal to P peak cos phi. So of P peak equal to P peak cos phi equal to 1 by 2. Cos phi equal to 1 by 2, that is 0.5, that is 30 degree. Sin phi is 30. So cos phi is equal to 1 by 2 means it is 60 degree. 60 degree in radians is pi by 3. So the answer is pi by 3. That is option B. A step down transformer. A step down transformer reduces 220 volt to 110 volt. What is that? That is 220 volt is the input voltage, that is primary voltage, and 110 volt is the secondary voltage, that is output voltage. The primary draws 5 ampere of current. The primary draws 5 ampere of current, and secondary supplies 9 ampere. The efficiency of the transformer is, What is the formula for efficiency? It's output power by input power. The output power by input power. So ES IS by EP IP. Here it is given the input voltage is 220, output is 110, and then the primary, that is input current is 5 ampere, output current is 9 ampere. So 110 into 9 by 220 into 5, that is equal to 0.9. So 0.9 is the efficiency. But in the options it is denoted in percentage. So you have to multiply with 100. So 0.9 into 100, that is 90%. So option C is the answer. Another one, the logic question. Large transformers, when used for some time, becomes hot and are cooled by a circulating oil. The heat of the transformer is due to. So first thing, the transformer, we had discussed the losses in the transformer. That is copper loss, heating effect, and hysteresis loss. For transformers which are used for continuous purpose, they will have a coolant system to reduce the heat. Why it is? So due to the heating effect of the current alone, hysteresis loss alone, or both hysteresis loss and heating effect of the current, none of the above. So since the heating purpose is because of both the heating effect and also the magnetizing and demagnetizing, that is hysteresis loss. So both hysteresis loss and heating effect of the current is the reason for this. So option C is the answer. So next one, a series LCR arrangement with XL, that is inductive reactance is 80 ohm and capacitive reactance is 50 ohm and resistance is 40 ohm, is supplied across AC source of 200 volt. Choose the correct option. Choose the correct option. Here the value of wattless current is given, that is 3.2 ampere, and power current is given 3.2 ampere, and power factor is 0.6, and impedance of the circuit is 50 ohm. So impedance is equal to square root of R square plus XL minus XC the whole square. So here XL is equal to 80 and XC equal to 50. So XL minus XC is equal to 30. 30 square is equal to 900, and 40 square is equal to 1600. 1600 plus 900 is equal to 2500, square root of 2500. So the impedance of the value. So the option 1, 2, 3 are correct. So here the statement question. For this kind of question, the statement 1 and statement 2 are given. So we have to go through the statement 1 and statement 2. We have to go through the statement 1 and statement 2, and we have to choose the following. The A is statement 1 is true, statement 2 is also true, and 2 is the correct explanation of statement 1. And option B, statement 1 is true, statement 2 is true, but statement 2 is not the correct explanation of statement. And option C, statement 1 is false and statement 2 is true. Last statement, that is statement 1 is true, statement 2 is false. So for this kind of question, we have to analyze the two statements. The first statement, for an electric lamp connected in series with a variable capacitor, and the AC source, its brightness increases with increase in capacitance. So here the bulb is connected in series with a capacitor, and its brightness increases with the increase in the capacitance. So first one. Second one, the capacitive reactance decreases with the increase in capacitance of capacitor. So reactance, the resistance decreases by increasing the capacitance. And then what happens? The capacitance is increased means the resistance the reactance will be decreased. The reactance will be decreased means there is a more flow of current, therefore it will glow brighter. So the first one is, if the capacitance is increased means the brightness will increase. So first one seems to be true. That is, if frequency increases, then delta VL max is increased. And second one, the capacitive reactance decreases with the increase in the capacitance of the capacitor. So both 1 and 2 are correct here. So both 1 and 2 are true, and 2 explains 1. And also statement 2 explains the first one. It can be considered that both the statement are true and statement 2 is the correct explanation of statement 1. So option A is the correct answer. So next, the similar question. When capacitive reactance is smaller than the inductive reactance, when the capacitive reactance is smaller than the inductive reactance, then EMF leads the current. So when the capacitive reactance is smaller than the inductive reactance, what happens? XL minus XC is positive. Then the impedance value will be more. So EMF leads the current. The phase angle is the angle between the alternating EMF and alternating current of the circuit. So here the capacitive reactance XC is equal to 1 by omega C. When the capacitance C increases, the capacitive reactance decreases. Due to decrease in the value, the current in the circuit will increase. The current in the circuit will increase. That is I is equal to E by square root of R square plus Xc square, and hence brightness of the source of the electric lamp will also increase. So the option A is correct. So both the statements are correct, and statement 2 is the correct explanation for statement 1. This kind of questions will confuse the student, but we have to read the statement twice or thrice and understand the exact point, what it delivers, what the aim of the statement, or what the meaning of the statement. So we have to analyze the meaning of the statement, and we have to compare it with the concepts, and we have to analyze with the formula, and what is given in the statement 1 and what is given in the statement 2. We have to compare both the statement, and if it is found to be true, if the information given in the statements are true, in the first statement the information is true, or second statement the information is true. So first we have to analyze that two things, that is they are true, and second thing, what is the concept given in the first statement and how the statement 2 is convincing that. So therefore the statement 2 has to explain the first statement. Similar question, a choke coil is preferred over a resistor to adjust current in an AC circuit. A choke coil is preferred over a resistor to adjust current in the AC circuit. I already told you that the choke coil performs wattless current. So the resistance will be less than the resistor. So it is preferred over a resistor. So we are saying in the day-to-day life, in tube-led choke coils are used, not resistor, since tube-led will consume the power. So to reduce the power consumption, choke coil is used. Statement 2, power factor for inductance is 0. That is we are saying that the cos phi is 0, since phi is equal to pi by 2, 90 degree. So that is called as wattless current. Choke coil is preferred over a resistor to adjust current in an AC circuit. So power factor for inductance is 0. So the phase angle for LCR, circuit is given by tan phi equal to XL minus XC by R, or XL minus 1 by omega C by R, where XL, XC are inductive reactance and capacitive reactance respectively. When XL is greater than XC, then tan phi is positive, and phi is positive between 0 and pi by 2, hence EMF leads the current. So statement 1 is true, statement 2 is true, but statement 2 cannot explain the statement 1, because for the value of phi is pi by 2 or 90 degree, only it is wattless current, therefore the power is 0. For other cases, the power varies from 0 to, the power factor varies from 0 to pi by 2. Hence, the statement 2 cannot explain the statement. Now children, we had discussed the alternating current chapter. From that, the definition of the alternating current or alternating EMF. What is that? It is a periodically varying thing. Some quantity is periodically varying with the time. That is the peak value or the amplitudes. The amplitudes are varying with respect to the time. It is increasing, and at one point it attains a maximum and decreasing. So it is in the function of sine. So E is equal to E naught sin omega t. So here we discuss some problems. These problems are based on the formula E equal to E naught sin omega t, I equal to I naught sin omega t. So these two formula, and if EMF source is given as E is equal to E naught sin omega t, similarly E is equal to 100 sin 100 pi t. Now for 100 is the maximum value. So we have to know the formula first. E equal to E naught sin omega t, I is equal to I naught sin omega t. With that information, we can calculate the frequency, we can calculate the time period, we can calculate the time instant, we can calculate the maximum value, average value, and RMS value. For average value, that is 0.637 maximum value, and for RMS value 0.707 of maximum value. And while discussing with the circuits, resistor, inductor and capacitor, the main thing is the resistor, what the resistor is doing, the similar thing is done by the reactor, that is the inductor, and the impedance, the combination. So resistance, reactance, impedance, all are having the same unit ohm. So what is the resistance? that is R, that is V by I is given. And what is reactance? That is for inductive reactance, it is omega L. Inductive reactance, that is omega L or VL by XC. That is the current. So XC equal to Vc by I. What is the power factor? Cos phi R by Z. So for LCR circuit, the value of L, C, R is given, and they will ask the impedance, they will ask the effective voltage, they will ask the final voltage, power factor, reactance, Q value and other things. So this is a very easy chapter, we can score mark in this chapter. Okay, children. So far we discussed the alternating current and the concepts of the alternating current, and we discussed some questions. So this carries the lesser weightage or 1 or 2 questions, but we can answer the question with confidence, because in this chapter the concepts are very clear. If we know the formulas, that is E equal to E naught sin omega t, I is equal to I naught sin omega t, average value, that is average E average is equal to 0.637 E maximum, and RMS value E RMS is equal to 0.707 E naught. Like this formulas, that is impedance, reactance formula, power factor formula. By knowing these formulas alone, you can solve the problem. I already told you that to achieve in the competitive exam, our attitude is the best thing, that is the first thing. Our attitude is, we should not search the question, this question will come or that question will come or which question will come, that is least bother about that one. We have to answer any question. So you should have the answer for any question. For that, if you read the question, means you can identify that this question is related to this topic, and for we have to, some quantities are given, we have to find some quantity with that quantity. For that, the best suit formula, you have to use the best suit formula. By just substituting, you can get the answer. So this chapter is very important and very easy also, and you can also verify the answer. So this by choosing this question, you can definitely get the mark. Okay, thank you.
இந்நிகழ்ச்சியை பற்றிய தங்களின் மேலான கருத்துக்களை கீழ்க்கண்ட முகவரிக்கு கடிதம் மூலமாகவோ, மின்னஞ்சல் மூலமாகவோ, குறுஞ்செய்தி மூலமாகவோ தெரியப்படுத்தலாம். அனுப்ப வேண்டிய முகவரி: சிறப்பு அலுவலர், கல்வி தொலைக்காட்சி, 8ஆம் தளம், அண்ணா நூற்றாண்டு நூலகம், காந்தி மண்டப சாலை, கோட்டூர்புரம், சென்னை 6085. தொலைபேசி எண் 7824015000.